Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be making a creamy chicken breast with a spinach and Parmesan cheese sauce. So I have prepared my chicken breasts. I have washed them. I've made sure all of the fat and the bones are eliminated. And now I'm going to season them and then grill them in the pan, and then we'll go on to making the sauce. So in our rub that we're going to be putting onto the chicken, we're going to put some pepper. So we're going to lightly season the one side with the pepper. And then we have some dried oregano. So we're going to put that into one side. And then a bit of salt. And then I'm going to do the same on the opposite side, and then we're going to prepare our pan and then grill them on each side. So now that we have seasoned both sides of the chicken breast, I started to heat up a pan at around a medium heat level. I'm going to put some butter into the pan so that our chicken doesn't stick to the grill. So once the butter is nicely melted, we're going to add in our chicken. So we have the chicken cooking in the butter and spices, and now that it's cooked on each side, we're going to rest the chicken on a plate and put it aside for now. Alright, so we're going to set our chicken aside, and then we're going to start working on our sauce. Now that we have the chicken resting off to the side, we're going to now add in the same pan. You don't need to wash it. We're just going to use the same pan. We're going to start off with some more butter. So we're just going to put that into the pan. We're going to now add some onions. We've chopped them quite fine. You can also use minced onions. So we're going to use the onions. We have some minced garlic. I'm going to stir that up so that it can absorb the juices from the chicken that we cooked prior. Okay, so now it's nicely blended. We're going to add some cherry tomatoes that are organic. You can also use sun-dried tomatoes. So we're going to use some cherry tomatoes that have been soaking in a tomato sauce. So we're just going to break them up into the onions and the garlic. And I'm going to add a bit of the tomato sauce that they're in. And then I'm going to stir it up. So we're going to add some of the tomato sauce just to add some juices in there. And it adds flavor. And there we go. So we just mixing those ingredients up so far. And we're going to let that cook until they are soft, and then we'll add in our next ingredients. Now we have the tomatoes, onions, and garlic cooking for a while, and now it's should have come to a soft texture. We're going to add in our next ingredients. We're going to add in homemade chicken broth. And if you want to learn how to make your own homemade chicken broth, you can subscribe to our channel. And in our channels, you'll see the recipe step by step on how to make this chicken broth. So we're going to add in our chicken broth into the ingredients. And then we're going to add some heavy cream into the recipe. Now we're going to let this come to a boil, and then we're going to add in our next set of ingredients. Now that our sauce has been cooking for a while, it has come to a boil, and I'm going to add in my next ingredients. So we're just going to add some Parmesan cheese into the sauce. You may use fresh Parmesan. I'm going to be using some dry Parmesan. And then we would put some in, stir it around. And then we're going to now add in our fresh spinach. So we have a bowl of nice fresh spinach, and we're just going to add it into the recipe. And we're going to cook it for a minute or two. And then we're going to put our chicken back into the sauce, and we're going to cover it and let it fully cook. So we're just going to stir in our spinach. It's quite nice. And now we're going to add our chicken back into the sauce. Make sure it's covered with the sauce. There we go, it's nicely covered so that the chicken will continue to cook fully, and it will be able to absorb the creamy sauce, and it adds more flavor to both the sauce and the chicken. I've boiled a pot of pasta, and I'm going to be serving the chicken off to the side, and I'm going to be using the sauce on top of the pasta. So it's a nice healthy meal. It smells fantastic with the spices and the creamy tomato sauce. And it's nice and colorful with the spinach. Now that we have our sauce cooking covered with the chicken inside, I believe it's almost complete. So I'm just going to uncover it to check. We have cooked a nice pasta. We're trying cappelletti for the first time. So we boiled that to put underneath the sauce, which is quite nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some nice fresh parsley as well. But the chicken and the cream sauce has been cooking nicely, and that's how it's come out. So it's I'm going to leave it for a little longer so that I know for sure the chicken is completed. But it's nice and fresh, and it's nice that I get to try out my homemade chicken broth for the first time. So I can't wait to try this out for dinner tonight. If you like this recipe and you want to see more like this, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that share, like, and that bell notification button. Thank you.